Hi, this is Andre, and thanks for checking out Synthosophy. Synthosophy is integrating the wisdoms of history, based on fact and truth, into present culture. The roots being synthesis, history, and Sophie, as in philosophy. Sophie, the Greek root meaning wisdom, knowledge. Today we're going to talk about the present state of affairs in the U.S. There was hope that Congress might start exerting some of its constitutional control over the president. 5 Senate Republicans, Ron Paul of Kentucky, Todd Young of Indiana, Susan Collins of Maine, Josh Hawley of Missouri, and Lisa Murkowski of Alaska, joined with Democratic lawmakers last Thursday, standing up to President Trump, voting 52-47 to advance legislation that would force the president to see Congress's okay before taking any additional military action in Venezuela. What did Trump do? He threw a terrible-toothed toddler conniption fit. Trump said, Susan Collins, Lisa Murkowski, Ron Paul, Josh Hawley, and Todd Young should never be elected to office again, and called their vote total stupidity. And you'll never guess what happened next. A few days later, there was a Senate vote to block that legislation. Josh Hawley and Todd Young caved. They flipped their vote, and that legislation failed. Makes me wonder what might happen with Greenland. And now there's Iran. But recently, Congress has stood up to Trump by reinstating slash funds to the basic research sciences and is looking to possibly do such in other areas. And then there is a congressional debate going on right now about possible consequences for ICE in the shooting in Minnesota. And what has been the populist response to the ICE shooting in Minnesota? People across the country were taking action last week in Minneapolis, Boston, LA, Dallas, and many other places across the country, publicly protesting against that horrific act. Protests are now still continuing in Minnesota. People are using their First Amendment free speech rights. And a Minnesota judge issued a ruling Friday barring federal officers from detaining or deploying tear gas against peaceful protesters. There is hope for our democracy. And how does Trump respond to the shooting? He said, "That was a vicious situation that took place. She behaved horribly. And then she ran him over. She didn't try to run him over. She ran him over." That's the delusional part of Trump. He makes up his own reality. He's unreal. And then Trump threatened to use the Insurrection Act and military force over the anti-ICE protesters in Minnesota. Does he even know there's a First Amendment? Has he ever heard of the Constitution? And the kicker? Trump was asked by a reporter, "Do you see checks on your power on the world stage?" "Yeah, there's one thing. My own morality, my own mind. That's the only thing that can stop me." Vintage narcissist. No concept of other than himself. Just like the 2-year-old that throws a hissy fit temper tantrum when he doesn't get his way.